Sony smartwatches and a band. New heroes starred in the Alcatel series, a phone, a tablet, and this time, even a car. But before we show you all of that, some breaking news right here from India. News that resulted in an absolute tsunami and a tectonic shift in the way the world market will now react to mobile phone prices. This was the launch of Google's Android One, a pure Android experience on phones with amazing specs and incredibly low prices. What happens now? Let's take a look at that. The story from Android One before we go back to Berlin.
One OS, 3 new phones and a big bold headline created the gigantic tsunami in the technology world. This is Google getting into pure business mode, where it now specifies almost everything that a brand will do to make an Android One phone. It tells them the specs, the features, the overall look and feel, and it makes sure that these phones run stock Android without any customization from the brand. While it leads to a great phone at an unheard of price, it does take away any chance for a brand to stand out for themselves.
Nothing about Android changes. Android One is yet another choice. So if anything, we are increasing the choice of what you can do. You can still use Android and just make Android phones the way you've done, which is what I expect a lot of people to do as well. Android One now gives you a way to do phones faster and with a more consistent software platform so that Google takes care of it. It allows you to innovate on other things. So I think we're adding one more menu to their toolkit. And so I think over time it'll be interesting to see.
Android One finally became reality and 3 Indian companies were chosen to be the launch platform for the world. Spice's Dream Uno, MicroMax A1 and the Carbon Sparkle V are the first to offer Android One. While it's very prestigious that Indian companies have led this worldwide, we wondered why they were chosen over all others.
I think why they chose Spice is very clearly, Spice has been one of the early pioneers in the local mobile handset space, and a great go-to-market partner for Google to be able to put their products out both from a retail and distribution point of view.
When you happen to be a strong number 2 player in the market and one of the leading smartphone players, I guess we were the obvious choice.
The price points on these phones are just under $100 is a staggering testament on how a top-of-the-line phone can now be sold at rock-bottom prices. But won't this have a huge impact on other Android phones that now look very overpriced?
Cost, we aren't trying to drive down costs. We design the best entry-level smartphone we can get at the most affordable price. But we are working on many phones which are in, what I would call mid-range segments, in between $150 and $350 as well. Because, as I said, this is a real computing experience, and we expect people to really do meaningful things with this. And over time, people will want better devices as well. So,
Android One is a great initiative, but in one stroke, Google has totally destroyed profit margins in the economy smartphone business.
What we're doing here is we're working with the ecosystem, with all our partners, to bring a turnkey solution that will help them bring products to market faster and at a lower cost. So we think profits are going to increase for everyone. In fact, people are building premium phones, and so we'll see more and more premium phones come to market, and those too will be great for profits.
As Google has laid down the specifications, the 3 phones are undistinguishable with respect to hardware and software. But in terms of looks, each brand has tried to leave its touch. Are there any other ways to differentiate?
There is a differentiation on the colors. There's a differentiation on the feel of the phone. But more importantly, I think there are a certain set of offers that you will get with the Spice phone on Flipkart, and therefore it's the overall packaging that will be the differentiation for consumers in the market.
Our own branding, our own brand name, our own customers, our service, and the network. I think we have a very good network. We have confidence on our distribution network. We will push the product.
Despite all this differentiation at its core, all 3 Android One phones are almost the same. So instead of reviewing all 3, we will stick to one phone. And our choice is the Spice Dream Uno, a fantastic phone at a fantastic price. The Spice Dream Uno feels super premium and is light to hold. The front is dominated by a 4.5-inch display with 480 by 854 pixels resolution. The colors look bright and crisp. There is a 5-megapixel camera at the back. We must add that the picture quality is surprisingly good. A 2-megapixel front camera for selfies and Skype is present too. Needless to say, it runs on the latest stock Android KitKat and will get all the new updates as soon as they are released. That's in fact their biggest selling point. The user interface is clean as we see on the Google phones. No clutter at all, no nonsense, no garbage to clear out. There is the OK Google feature.
OK Google, what is the weather in Delhi?
And then there is Google Translate too.
Hello, how are you?
All on this little Google smartphone. The Dream Uno is powered by a 1.3 GHz quad-core processor and 1 GB of RAM. There is a 4 GB of internal storage which is only for apps. For photos, videos and music, we need to insert a memory card. You will get one free when you buy the phone. The battery is just about 1700 mAh, which may well be adequate for a phone literally turned by Google. The phones are priced starting 6,299 rupees. With these price points, it seems that the hardware and phone market will become one with very low profits and high sales number. Does this mean that the time for hardware as a very profitable business is over?
I don't agree with you at all. I think there is enough profit scope in this market, and largely because at the end of the day, a phone is a personal device. It's a statement that consumers make about what they choose, and I think therefore they will pay premium for brands, they will pay premium for good service, and so on. So I think this category has a bright future.
We won't say yes, it does put the pressure on our bottom line, but at the same time the volume will cover it up.
Who would have imagined that we would be able to bring smartphones at the price points that we are bringing today 3 years back? So as we go forward, cost of technology will constantly come down, and that will be reflected in the margins of the business. So I don't think the hardware margin business is going to get difficult. I think it's about innovation, scale, and time to market that will continue to be the key enablers in this play.
The biggest shift may well come from what these phones will do to the current portfolio of phones from these three companies. Will they have to lower prices and up the specs on their entire phone lineup from here on?
We are now have mastered the art of portfolio management. We already have several devices in our portfolio, and therefore we feel that we know how to play that game of launching products at the right price point so that the overall pie increases. So of course, when we launch a new model, it might affect one or two other models, but the overall pie must grow, and that's what our attempt is.
We've actually now realigned our entire product portfolio, and this phone occupies a very nice sweet spot in our portfolio, and we just hope that, like other phones, this phone will continue to be one of our hero products going forward.
CellGuru verdict: the three Android One phones by Spice, MicroMax and Carbon are the best phones at the 6,000 rupee price point. No if, no but, no question. If you are in the market for a phone, then this is the one to get. But hurry, as most are almost sold out already.